For years, Kodak Black has been one of hip-hop's most talented yet controversial figures, a Florida rapper who turned street poetry into platinum records while battling demons the whole world could see.
So remember Kodak was on that live stream with Kaisanat, and it made people freak out like, yo, he needs some help because he had popped something?
What you mean remember? That was just yesterday.
But now brand new footage has just surfaced that has the entire internet in a complete frenzy, showing Kodak on a live stream looking more dazed and out of it than ever before.
This is not my baby doing coke now. Coke, what are you talking about?
100 pills a day at his peak, viral concerning clips month after month. And now this. Something deeper is going on here, and we're about to break all of it down. Brand new footage has just surfaced showing Kodak Black with what appears to be white crust or residue visibly present around his nose during a video appearance. And the internet has absolutely exploded with concern. This clip, circulating since early January 2026 and prominently shared online, showing Kodak looking visibly dazed, with close-ups highlighting the area around his nostrils. This directly links this to his well-documented history with substance abuse, particularly past incidents where he admitted to taking pills on camera.
This is not my baby doing coke now. Coke, what are you talking about?
Now let me paint you a complete and detailed picture of exactly what has been happening, because this story goes so much deeper than just one viral clip making the rounds on social media. You see, fans and commentators on social media have reacted with tremendous intensity, with some expressing genuine, heartfelt, deeply emotional worry for his mental health and overall state of being, while others have been debating back and forth whether this is all exaggerated for attention, or perhaps part of what some have controversially called a junkie character that Kodak has been accused of playing up for the cameras to maintain relevance and stay in the headlines. And here's the thing that makes this entire situation so incredibly complicated and difficult to navigate. This isn't Kodak Black's first viral moment tied to erratic behavior, not by a long shot, not even close. Similar concerns arose from his November 2024 appearance on streamer Kaisanat's Mafiathon 2 livestream, where he was seen doing something that had everybody's jaw on the floor, literally tossing a small white pill into the air and catching it in his mouth like it was candy, stumbling over his words so badly that viewers couldn't understand what he was saying, and acting in a manner that can only be described as completely and utterly incoherent. But let me tell you something that will really put this into perspective. The reactions to this newest 2026 footage have been absolutely relentless, unforgiving, and constant. Posts across platforms like X and TikTok have been amassing thousands upon thousands of views and comments, with fans desperately trying to figure out what is going on with one of Florida's most talented yet troubled rap stars. People are losing sleep over this. People are writing long threads breaking down every second of the footage. People are genuinely scared that they're watching a man self-destruct in real time. You have to understand the weight of what we're witnessing here with this particular situation. Kodak Black, whose real name is Bill Kahan Capri, is a 28-year-old Florida-based rapper who has given us absolute classics that have shaped the sound of modern hip-hop. Songs like ZZ, Tunnel Vision, Super Gremlin, and No Flockin'. This man has sold millions upon millions of records across the globe. He's collaborated with some of the biggest names in the entire music industry, from Travis Scott to Kendrick Lamar to Future. And yet, throughout his entire career that spans over a decade now, there has been this dark cloud hanging over him. A tumultuous existence marked by legal troubles, multiple incarcerations, and these very public battles with addiction that he has struggled to overcome.
Yo, dude, get out of here, homie. Get out of here, dude. You, Jamario Jackson, whatever. Get out of here, man.
Kodak has openly discussed his heavy use of Percocet, which is a prescription opioid that has destroyed countless lives across America. And he has admitted in multiple interviews that at his absolute peak of addiction, he was consuming up to 100 pills a day. 100 pills. every single day. Let that number sink in for just a moment, because it's almost impossible to comprehend. He has also admitted to experimenting with methamphetamine, with various lyrics in songs like Versatile 3, 300 Blackout, Every Balmain, Smackers, Hitting Houses, and Black Hole, making direct and unmistakable references to meth use that fans have analyzed extensively. And this is precisely why the internet has been so alarmed, so disturbed, and so genuinely frightened by this new footage surfacing in January 2026. Because when you look at the patterns, the repeated incidents happening month after month, the admissions that keep coming out, the visible signs that anyone can see with their own eyes, it paints a picture that is genuinely frightening to witness unfold in real time.
There's some kind of like, if you say you don't, then I don't want you to want you. I don't want you to just tell me nothing. But you flawed in bed.
And here's the thing, even Kodak himself has acknowledged that everybody struggles with something. In his own words during one of his Instagram live sessions, he's talked about vices, about how nobody is perfect, about how we all have something we're battling against. But for his fans, watching these clips surface again and again, the question becomes, at what point does a vice become a crisis? At what point does self-medication become self-destruction?
And I also think the comfortability of him to do it on a live stream is like, okay.
I mean, cut it out.
That was a lot.
One of his hardest lines, even though it's, it is a hard line. Yeah, I know the perk was fake, but I still ate because I'm a girl. Come on, you sing that in the song.
The Breakfast Club host made a point that so many fans have been wrestling with. There's a disconnect between celebrating these lyrics and songs and then expressing shock when we see the behavior in real life. Kodak has rapped about his drug use extensively. He's put it in his music for the whole world to hear. But seeing it play out on a live stream, in real time, with millions of people watching, that's a completely different experience that hits differently. Now, what makes this particular moment so significant and worthy of deep analysis is the question that Tasha K raised in her coverage. Why would someone carry or consume large quantities of pills if they were aware those pills might be counterfeit? It's a question that ties directly into broader patterns of self-medication that we've been witnessing from Kodak for years now. It's a question that suggests a level of recklessness that goes beyond typical recreational use into something far more concerning.
Don't call me, bro. Don't call me, bro. I don't care. What I don't care, bro. Don't call me, bro. Nah, don't call me, bro. I don't care.
And this is what makes these viral moments so painful to watch. You can hear the frustration in his voice, the isolation, the sense that he's pushing people away, even as they try to reach out. It's textbook behavior for someone deep in the grips of addiction, and millions of people are witnessing it unfold on their phone screens. As of mid-January 2026, no official response from Kodak has surfaced regarding this specific clip, which has only added fuel to the fire of speculation burning across the internet. The silence, in many ways, speaks louder than words ever could. And while we wait for answers that may never come, the internet continues to debate, discuss, and desperately hope that someone in this man's inner circle will step up and get him the help that so many believe he desperately needs. But to truly understand how we got here, to this moment of viral concern in early 2026, we need to rewind the clock and examine the incident that first brought Kodak's struggles into the streaming spotlight in an unprecedented way. And that, my friends, is exactly what we're going to dive into next. If you thought the January 2026 footage was alarming, then let me take you back to November 4th, 2024, the night that Kodak Black appeared on popular Twitch streamer Kai Cenat's Mafiathon 2 livestream and absolutely shattered any remaining illusions that everything was okay with the Florida rapper. This was the night that changed the conversation around Kodak Black forever. This was supposed to be just another celebrity appearance on one of the most watched streams of the entire year. Kai Cenat had been doing these marathon streams where he'd bring on various guests, rappers, athletes, entertainers, social media stars, to hang out and vibe with his massive audience of millions of viewers. And when Kodak Black showed up to participate, let me tell you right now, Nobody was prepared for what was about to unfold over the next several hours of live broadcasting. The footage from that stream captured Kodak exhibiting behavior that fans immediately attributed to drug use, and the clip spread across social media like wildfire, sparking widespread reactions and amassing millions of views within just days of the broadcast. This single appearance reignited discussions about his ongoing struggles with substance abuse in a way that we hadn't seen in quite some time. It became the only thing people were talking about in hip-hop circles.
We'll keep dropping, man. You just keep
What was that?
Let me break down exactly what happened during that stream, because the details are genuinely unsettling and deserve to be examined carefully. When Kodak first arrived at the studio and got in front of the camera, he appeared somewhat engaged, somewhat present, somewhat like the Kodak that fans have come to know and love over the years. But as the minutes ticked by, as time passed slowly on that live stream, his demeanor shifted dramatically and noticeably. He began displaying slurred speech that got worse and worse, his words becoming increasingly disjointed and hard to follow, his rambling making less and less sense to anyone watching at home. And then came the moment that had absolutely everybody talking, the moment that would be clipped and shared millions of times across every platform. A particularly viral moment showed him tossing a small white pill, believed to be Percocet, into the air and catching it directly in his mouth like it was just something casual, something normal, something that needed no explanation. When Kai Cenat asked him what that was, clearly confused and concerned, Kodak's response was something that immediately became a meme across the entire internet.
What was that? That was a glitch for the Twitch.
Sometimes you can't always say it, but at times when it feel good, that's when you say it sometimes. Yeah.
But that wasn't even the half of it. That was just the beginning. As the stream continued and the hours passed, Kodak's behavior became increasingly erratic and unpredictable. He was freaking out over objects in the room that shouldn't have caused any reaction, screaming incoherently at various points at people who weren't even there, entering what viewers could only describe as a coma-like state where he would just stare blankly into space for extended periods, making odd mouth movements that looked almost involuntary, and reacting intensely to the smallest stimuli that shouldn't have registered at all. The full compilation of his actions that night included mumbling freestyle raps that barely made any coherent sense, completely ignoring questions that were being asked of him by Kai and the chat, and displaying what many interpreted as extreme paranoia about his surroundings. Some viewers started speculating that whatever Kodak was on that night went far beyond just Percocet, that there might be heavier drug involvement at play that we weren't fully aware of.
I don't give that shit. I don't give that shit. But if you go to the doctor, let me see that. I don't need HIV because no, that's not how. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Kai Cenat himself appeared visibly uncomfortable throughout the entire segment, trying his absolute best to steer the conversation in different directions, trying to salvage the situation somehow, but ultimately just letting Kodak vibe in whatever altered state he had found himself in, because there was nothing else he could do. It was awkward to watch, it was concerning to witness, and most importantly, it was being broadcast live to millions of people around the world who were all watching this unfold in real time. The fan reactions came swift and hard. One user posted a clip with the caption "Kodak Black tweaking out hard on Kai's stream WTF," and that single post garnered over 137,000 views within just a few days. The comment section was flooded with messages like, "This is actually hella sad. That man needs rehab. And can't stand to see him like this SMH. And someone please help this man before it's too late." But here's where things get really interesting. Because the very next day, on November 5th, 2024, Kodak took to Instagram Live to address the backlash head-on, And what he said was simultaneously defiant and deeply revealing about his mental state and his relationship with substances.
So remember Kodak was on that live stream with Kaisanat, and it made people freak out like, yo, he needs some help because he had popped something.
What you mean remember? That was just yesterday.
It's been a lot that happened.
Jesus
it feels like a
Christ.
whole year.
Kodak's exact words during that Instagram live session were, "Y'all be on shrooms, acid, and all types of stupid ass saying I take one perk, and y'all be so FU king butt hurt." He went on to add that people don't like a nigga anyway, essentially accusing his critics of already having it out for him before this even happened, and using this incident as an excuse to pile on and attack him publicly.
Y'all be on all type of shit. Y'all be on shrooms, acid, all type of stupid ass shit. But I take you one perk, and y'all be so butthurt. Y'all wanna like a anyway. Everybody else who be coming like on that timing, they ain't got no motion. They broke, they hurt.
But then Kodak said something that really made people pause and reflect on what they were hearing. He explained his relationship with substances in a way that was startlingly honest and almost frighteningly self-aware. He stated that this is just how he is, that he wakes up like this every single day. And in a particularly memorable quote that has been shared countless times, he said something to the effect of, "If anything, give me drugs. Give me drugs, and I'll chill. When I'm not high, when I ain't higher than a bitch, I'm vibing. When I'm high, I'm in my coma, bro."
I rock with Yak, but I think what people are concerned about is because they've seen him in that state multiple times. It's
Yes.
not the fact you did that one perk
Yep.
on Kaisanat streams, that they see you a lot in that state.
In perhaps his most defiant moment during that entire Instagram live session, Kodak openly admitted, "I'm addicted, leave me alone," and reportedly went on to block numerous fans who were suggesting he seek rehabilitation or get professional help. This response, rather than calming the situation down and reassuring his fan base, only added more fuel to the debate raging across the internet. Some people saw it as denial in its purest form, a man refusing to acknowledge the severity of his problem. Others saw it as raw, unfiltered honesty about the reality of addiction, an honesty that most celebrities are too afraid to share publicly with the world. But even beyond the Kaisanat stream and the Instagram live response that followed, there have been other incidents that have kept the conversation about Kodak's well-being alive and at the forefront of hip-hop discussions. In February 2025, a video went viral showing Kodak eating chicken in the middle of a street, just sitting there in traffic, prompting similar worries about his mental health and overall state of being.
Free advertisement, you over there recording the wrong thing. Take a seat next to him, take a seat next to him. Enjoy that food, enjoy that. Take a seat next to him, brother. In the streets of Atlanta, talk to the people. Okay. Hold on, please. I want to be part of that, bro. Bro, I want to join that.
And when you combine all of these incidents together, the Kaisanat stream, the Instagram live response, the chicken eating footage, and now this January 2026 clip with the residue around his nose, you start to see a pattern that is impossible to ignore. But to truly understand where this all comes from, we need to examine the deeper history of Kodak Black's relationship with drugs, his legal troubles, and what it all means for his future in hip-hop. To understand why these viral moments hit so hard and resonate so deeply with people, you have to understand the full scope of what Kodak Black has been through and what he has put himself through over the course of his entire career in the music industry. Because this isn't just about one live stream or one viral clip making the rounds on social media for a few days. This is about a pattern that stretches back years and years, documented through arrests, court appearances, and the rapper's own admissions in interviews and on social media. Kodak's drug issues appear to stem from his teenage years, intertwined with his turbulent upbringing in a high-crime area of Pompano Beach, Florida. He was raised by his Haitian immigrant mother in the Golden Acres public housing project, facing significant hardships from the very beginning of his life. Expelled from school in 5th grade for fighting, arrested for auto theft during middle school, involved in brawls and breaking and entering activities. This was the world that shaped Bill Cahan Capri before he ever became the superstar rapper known as Kodak Black.
How did it feel after Drink Champs to have so many people basically like debating and arguing if you were f***ed up during that interview?
I was lit, but I wasn't lit like I don't know going. I'm always knowing what I'm doing. I remember every thing to do.
Let me walk you through the timeline of his drug-related legal issues in detail, because the list is genuinely staggering and difficult to fully comprehend. In July 2022, Kodak was arrested in Florida after police found 31 oxycodone pills and $74,960 in cash in his vehicle during a traffic stop for expired tags and illegal window tints. Officers said they smelled marijuana coming from the vehicle, which led to the search that uncovered everything. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance without a prescription and trafficking oxycodone, serious charges that carried significant prison time. In February 2023, Kodak tested positive for fentanyl while on bail, violating his release terms from prior charges. This wasn't just a minor violation. This was testing positive for one of the deadliest drugs in America, while already facing serious legal consequences. This led to a court order for him to enter a 30-day drug rehabilitation facility. His attorney argued the test was inaccurate, but the incident only highlighted his ongoing struggles with substances.
When I saw you like standing up suddenly in the middle of the interview and just kind of swaying back and forth, oh yeah, he's on a good one right there. So can we settle this once and for all?
That was so long ago, I ain't even, they don't even remember that. Step by step, I can't even walk you back to that shit.
Yeah, I mean, usually if you get loaded, it'll last a good 2 hours, right?
I ain't came up here for you to like be playing detective.
A December 2023 arrest in Plantation, Florida, involved suspicion of cocaine possession after he was found asleep in his car. Tests later revealed it was oxycodone, for which he actually had a prescription, but he still faced charges for tampering with evidence and improper parking. During a subsequent live, he denied cocaine use while admitting past meth and Percocet experimentation, an admission that only raised more questions. In a 2023 Instagram live session following one of his arrests, Kodak admitted to abusing prescribed Percocets after a 2022 leg injury, stating that he spent $350,000 on rehabilitation to better himself for his children. He emphasized that he would tell God himself that he does perks, but that they were his medicine prescribed to him by a doctor. And here's the part that really puts absolutely everything into perspective. By mid-2024, Kodak revealed the full extent of his Percocet addiction in interviews, admitting he consumed up to 100 pills a day at its peak. Think about that number for a moment. 100 pills, every single day. He expressed deep regret for glorifying drug use in his music, particularly in Super Gremlin, saying he was chewing 100 perks a day on average, and that if he was messing with those fake counterfeit pills, he would have been dead a long time ago.
I do got a big dumb family that motherfuckers who mention call. Let me do what I'm saying. If that's what it gotta be, homie, just come on, bro. I deserve that, even though for a week. Be like, all right, bro, you gotta, you have to go to jail or prison, whatever.
But what makes this situation even more complex is the support and concern that has come from unexpected places in the industry. In early 2025, Kanye West publicly expressed worry about Kodak's well-being after videos showed him in an unhealthy state, urging others to help him and reach out. Kodak responded appreciatively, calling Kanye a real one for still associating with him despite all the controversy swirling around both of them. And then there's the perspective from within the industry itself. Dreamville rapper Baz has defended Kodak as a conscious rapper, arguing that his music reflects deeper awareness despite surface-level perceptions that he's just another drug-addled rapper. DJ Academics has argued that Kodak is a greater hip-hop figure than Boosie Badazz, calling him a legend to his generation with unmatched influence on today's sound.
This my love. I love you so much. Even if it hurt me, even if it was rough, I just gotta go through the hurt so I could get better again.
But for every voice of support, there has been harsh criticism as well. The most prominent beef stemmed from Kodak's 2023 collaboration with 6ix on Shaka Laka. Boosie slammed Kodak for working with a rat, accusing him of having no loyalty to any principles over money. The feud escalated with diss tracks and heated social media exchanges, with Boozy calling him a clout-chasing crackhead, whose career is essentially over. Former associate Jackboy, once part of Kodak's sniper gang, urged Kodak to quit music altogether and get a commercial driver's license, mocking his drug use by suggesting I'd be great at driving 4 days straight without sleeping. These are people who were once in his inner circle, now publicly expressing their frustration with his choices.
That's my real and I have, and faith is something that you can't see. Faith is something that you can't see, bro. That's why it's like, it's a good thing that it ain't so easy to give in.
So where does all of this leave us in early 2026? As of now, the conversation about Kodak Black continues, with fans split on whether his junky character is performative or if he's genuinely spiraling out of control in front of our eyes. Some argue that he's simply being authentic, showing the world what addiction looks like without the filters that most celebrities hide behind. Others believe that someone in his circle needs to intervene before it's too late. What cannot be denied is Kodak Black's incredible talent. His discography boasts 8 studio albums, 11 mixtapes, 2 EPs, and numerous chart-topping singles. Songs like Tunnel Vision, ZZ, and Super Gremlin have been cultural moments that shaped hip-hop. His collaboration with Kendrick Lamar on Silent Hill proved that even hip-hop's most celebrated artists respect what he brings to the table.
And they was like, what's it called? Oh, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm alright. I'm gonna get tired with it. And just don't matter. Hey, whatever we think our problem is, bro, it's somebody who had 10 billion times worse. This ain't no problem.
Drug use in the music industry is nothing new. Substance use disorders in the arts and entertainment sector are reported at around 12.9% annually, ranking 3rd highest among all industries. But with Kodak, we're watching it play out in real time, on live streams, on social media, with millions of eyes witnessing every stumble, every slurred word, every alarming video that surfaces. The question that remains, and it's a question that only time can answer, is whether Kodak Black will become another cautionary tale in hip-hop's long history of artists lost to addiction, or whether he'll find his way to the other side of this darkness. His fans continue to root for his recovery, even as they watch these viral moments with a mixture of concern and heartbreak. Because at the end of the day, behind all the headlines, behind all the viral clips, behind all the controversy, there's a human being named Bill Kahan Capri who came from nothing and built something extraordinary. And whether you'll love him or criticize him, there's no denying that his story is one of the most compelling and troubling narratives in modern hip-hop. The footage will keep circulating across every social media platform imaginable. The debates will continue in comment sections, on podcasts, in barbershops, and in group chats around the world. But somewhere in Florida, a rapper who gave us some of the most memorable music of this generation is fighting a battle that millions are now watching unfold in real time. You know, when you really step back and think about it, Kodak Black's story represents something much larger than just one artist's struggle with addiction. It represents the dark underbelly of fame, the pressures that come with growing up in poverty and suddenly having millions of dollars and unlimited access to anything you could possibly want. It represents a healthcare system that hands out prescription opioids like candy and then acts surprised when people become dependent on them. It represents an industry that often enables destructive behavior as long as the music keeps selling. And perhaps most importantly, it represents the millions of people watching who see themselves or someone they love in Kodak's struggle. Because addiction doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're a platinum-selling rapper or someone working a 9-to-5 trying to make ends meet. The grip it has on people is the same, and the path to recovery is equally difficult for everyone who walks it. Kodak has shown intermittent commitment to sobriety over the years. In April 2024, he spoke positively about reducing his Percocet intake, saying he was feeling great. By July 2024, he claimed sobriety. For the most part, though later admissions suggest relapses continue to occur, the cycle of progress and setback is something that anyone familiar with addiction recovery will recognize immediately. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, sometimes 2 steps back. But the important thing is to keep moving, keep trying, keep fighting. What gives many fans hope is that Kodak has never fully given up on himself. Despite everything, the arrests, the viral moments, the criticism, he continues to make music. He continues to engage with his fans. He continues to show up, even when showing up means revealing his struggles to the entire world. There's a certain bravery in that vulnerability, even if it comes with significant risk. And all we can do is hope that one day, the next viral clip of Kodak Black will be one of triumph, not tragedy. That one day we'll be talking about his comeback story, his recovery journey, his redemption arc. Because if anyone deserves a second chance, or a third, or a fourth, it's someone who has been this open about their struggles and this committed to their craft despite everything working against them.